Hello everyone, and welcome to today's ďštiC exclusive AMAs. And just a quick interview about myself. And I'm ďštiC, a founder of Daily 84 and the host at CoinCDA TV. So if you have been following our AMA series, so you know we host the top mind like CEO of my network and the CEO of Guy and the head of global of Bloom. And today I'm super excited with have with us Kenny, the founder and the CEO of Second Swap. So additionally, after today AMA, we will be launching a mini challenge for the Vietnamese community. Share this AMA and connect your wallets and play your first bird on Avalanche. So eligible for special early supported reward. Just the first question for Kenny. Kenny, before we dive into the Avast update, so let's rewind a page. You had a quiet journey from the ＤTC page to lead in OSL, right? So the first licensed digital asset exchange in Hong Kong. So what led you tackle to the $100 billion Lockheed token market and great Second Swap?
Thanks, Jason. I'm excited to be here. I'm actually live streaming directly from Dubai right now, from Token 2049. So you can see in the background, maybe it's not, you can't see all the people here, but there's about 15,000 people at the event today. It's a record-breaking attendance for Token Dubai. And you would think at this rate this year, Bitcoin's probably at $1 million, but no, it's only around $87,000 to $90,000. But there's a lot of interest in the market, and I guess to what led me to this stage is that I've seen a number of cycles since I started in crypto in 2018. And with each cycle, every time it goes up or it goes down, you see there's always been an increase in the number of participants into the marketplace. So there's a lot of excitement this year, especially with all the maturity and the regulation that's now coming into the markets. Having done this for a number of years in the crypto trading industry, where I've started at OSL, where I was a director of a public company that's listed on Hong Kong Stock Exchange, trading crypto assets, all the way to ＤTC Pay, where I was a former group CEO. I've led regulated businesses in the crypto areas for a number of years. And what has happened every single cycle each time is that there's always some winners and there's always some losers. And in order for us to evolve and to increase the number of participants into the marketplace, there needs to be a way for retail to win. Having invested into token projects myself, what I've always found is that you want to sell, you want to basically sell when you want to, not when you have to. So that's always usually at the bottom of a cycle. So when you're up, 10x, 20x, 100x, you're like, great, I'm here. Let me sell my token. Cannot, because it's locked until a certain time. And what you're seeing, because of there's so much interest in the industry, this year, 2025, there's about 1 million tokens being minted on a weekly basis. Coinbase's CEO, Brian Armstrong, said 1 million tokens being minted on a weekly basis. So the velocity of tokens has increased. And then on top of that, you have the number of tokens has exploded in recent years, with the value of tokens just unlocking in 2025 to be 37 billion. 37 billion worth of value unlocking just this year. Everyone's focused on trading the liquid markets. You trade on a centralized exchange or a decentralized exchange, but nobody is looking at the locked token market, where tokens have essentially been locked so that before the unlock, you can actually trade those allocations. So we're here at Second Swap to develop a new market, a way for retail to actually compete with VCs and trade at an upstream price, just like the VC does.
Yeah, good. So, this is the hard question for you, Kenny. So the most traders usually involve just the buyer and the seller. But Second Swap brings the issuer into the equation. So how the three-way model actually works? It seems like a win for all three parties, right? The buyers, sellers, and the issuers. So how you build this system to balance all sides so smoothly, Kenny?
Yeah, Jason, that's a great point. Most businesses involve what we call just matching buyers and sellers. Exchanges just match the buyer and the sellers to create an order book with a matching engine, buyer and seller. You go to a traditional OTC desk, you're interested to sell, I find someone interested to buy. What that doesn't involve with is actually the underlying token, the asset that is being traded. You want the token issuer to say, listen, I'm aware of the token that is being sold, it's my token, and in order for them to support the marketplace, is that we want to eventually create a verified marketplace where the token foundation is aware of the sale. There's efficient price discovery for people to find out what is the value of this token in the locked token markets. And instead of just saying matching buyer and seller, we bring the token issuer into the equation to say, we want you to back and support this platform so that buyers, especially some retail buyers, are very interested to come in because they feel safe and secure that I'm buying from a marketplace that is backed by strong foundations.
I got you. So be honestly, the game will create for the wealth or the retail. So how chances for retail to win this game with the second swap, Kenny?
That's a great question. This is something, to be honest, that we're trying to solve. You could see that in 2025, there's been a lot of Bitcoin dominance. Why? Is because people are afraid of alts. They see that the VCs continue to, release alt, and there's a lot of settlement pressure on a lot of altcoins. And you don't see the alt season coming back at this point. So in order to have a healthy, efficient market, you also want retail to win as well. If someone's buying, $100 worth of tokens, $1,000 worth of tokens, you want them to be able to get the same price. And how we do that is that we actually aggregate buying orders so that they can also compete from a size perspective. Right? So if you just buy $1,000 worth, it's not going to change the price. But if you buy $10,000 worth, $100,000 worth, well, then the seller says, okay, I will give you a discount or even a bigger discount because your aggregated buy is much larger. The second part of it is if you hold the token longer. If I'm selling you the token, but you have to hold that token for another 6 months, or another 12 months, then it's worth a discount as well. So one way or multiple ways that we're getting retail buyers to compete with VCs is that actually they have to think like a VC. They have to invest in a professional long-term way where they're able to hold the token for a long time and aggregate the orders to compete with how VCs and professionals actually buy.
Right. So appreciate about it. So I've personally tried the platform. So it's very different from the traditional DEX. So could you walk us through the building project on the second swap step by step, please?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. We don't work in a traditional method because we're not trying to do traditional things. We don't want to be just another DEX in the market. We want to dominate the locked token markets. And one way that we have in our user experience is that when you go in and you're looking for, let's say, a token, your favorite token, and you want to say, I want to dictate the price that I was willing to pay for it, we put some controls and mechanisms inside so that the price isn't too far off. It's a reasonable amount. So the first thing we do is that we tie it to spot price. It's always going to be a discount to spot. Just like any other DEX, you connect wallet, you accept the terms and conditions, then you choose the network that you like, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Avalanche or Solana. You choose the right network and then you locate the tokens of your choice. At present, we're working with mostly like the layer 1 foundations, the Avalanches and the Solanas, and you'll see their token up on the platform. But over time, you'll see other tokens within their ecosystem to be listed. The first step, once you have the tokens that you like, you choose the price that you want to bid for it. Bidding is a very important component of a healthy, efficient market because it shows price. When I go to a seller and says, how much do you want for this token? The seller usually says, well, I don't know. How much do you want to pay for it? So what we're doing here is we're solving the other side of the equation. You say, buyers come in, show your price and what you're willing to pay for it, and then we'll get the seller to say, okay, based on what people are bidding, I'm comfortable to set my price at this discount level. And then you have a quicker way to match orders from our perspective.
cool. So it's such easy to use the second squad platform, right? As the special thing, we don't use the money at the first time, right? Just buddy, and we'll confirm in the Telegram connecting with the second squad platform, right? So no more money for the first time to connect and buddy, right? Now I think this is the special thing with the second squad platform right now. So Kenny, the second squad model so special compared to traditional limit orders or OTC deals. So
I would say it's kind of the inverse of your traditional OTC deals, where you're not actually putting a limit order. You're putting essentially a bid order. How much am I willing to bid for it? And this way we get the seller to show how much they're willing to sell it for. So after this point, you're able to look at all the lots that we have on our platform and say, I want to buy this lot, because to make it easier on a decentralized user experience is to use time-weighted discounts. So the more you buy, the bigger discount you get. The longer you're willing to hold, also the bigger discount you get. So there's no back and forth really. Once we know what the price discovery, once we know what the seller wants to sell it for, then it becomes a partial fill where you can buy as much as you want. And the more you buy, the bigger discount you get. It's an efficient market. There's no back and forth. There's no need to talk. This is the price. But the great thing about this is that you can actually get the tokens physically delivered to your wallet upon the unlock. So you come back to our platform, claim the token, and now it goes delivered directly to your wallet. There's no side agreements. There's no worry about you not getting the tokens. It's all on-chain via smart contracts, and you get that delivered directly to the wallet that you paid for.
Yeah, that's cool. So Kenny, if you don't mind, I will speak a little bit of Vietnamese here. So there is so local audience, so can follow along more easily. I'll always switch back ever. Just a quick head up, right? Everybody, mọi người ơi, hiện tại là mình đang livestream với Kenny á, thì trong quá trình mình livestream á, nó cũng sẽ có những cái câu hỏi hay, là mình sẽ chọn những câu hỏi hay á, thì cuối buổi livestream á, mình sẽ pick những cái câu hỏi đó để mà chọn ra gọi là good question đó, sẽ được reward ha. Đó thì mọi người hãy đặt câu hỏi đi, hãy give us a question đi, rồi xong rồi Kenny sẽ trả lời ở cái cuối buổi livestream này ha. Rồi mỗi người sẽ được từ 10 tới 20 đô trên một câu hỏi hay á mọi người ha. Đó là tổng phần thưởng cho 5 tới 7 câu hỏi là tầm đâu đó 100 USD ha, $100 for the best question, right? So come back to with the Kenny, right? So here. So Kenny, you've launched Avalanche season, right? So what make Avalanche the right choice, and what are user bidding on the right now?
Sure. Yeah. Where we want to work with is well-known layer one foundations. The purpose of our go-to-market is to identify foundations that understand that building sustainable liquidity is just as important as building liquidity. To have it sustainable and to open up the ecosystem and everyone that's in the Avalanche ecosystem is very important to them. The second thing is that the activity of Avalanche sits about 50 million unique wallets on a daily basis. They have about 1.3 billion in TVL, and the largest part of it is that they have a lot of bridge transaction activity, 6.3 billion of bridge activity across. So number one, they're interoperable. They recognize that liquidity doesn't just sit in the Avalanche ecosystem. You want to have liquidity interoperable across different blockchains. In 2025, there are thousands of blockchains coming up, just like there's millions of coins that now exist. So fragmentation of liquidity is a very big issue. So having a partner with a network like Avalanche who understands that interoperability is important was one of our choices. Number two is that they've been doing a really good job in terms of real world assets. They're really bringing strong use cases from the traditional world on chain, and that makes it easy for consumers to understand where they are.
Yeah, that's cool. So let me set the screen with the Vietnam audience about the avalanche on the second squad right now. Okay. Mọi người có thấy màn hình không? So just the more for the avalanche season on the second squad platform right now. Yeah, just here. So Kenneth, let's talk about the price recovery. Why is it such a crucial element in this type of the market, and how does the second swap have created fair pricing, especially in the case of avalanche?